because of the weight disadvantage.
Dude, can you imagine, bro? You're fighting Canelo Alvarez, man. Nobody ever heard of you. Nobody even knows your name, all that stuff, bro.
But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter.
Today we're stepping straight into the fire. The opening seconds hammer one undeniable truth: weight classes exist for a reason. When Floyd Mayweather warns that boxing isn't something you play with, it doesn't sound like hype, it sounds like experience. Crawford jumping up isn't just ambition, it's calculated danger. The gap in natural size sets the tone immediately. This isn't about disrespect, it's about survival. One clean punch at 168 feels different than one at 147. The tension is real from the first breath.
And it's a good matchup with those two. You know, may the best man win. But this sport is something that you can't play with. Boxing is something that you can't play with.
This is where belief clashes with doubt. Crawford hears every critic saying he's too small, too light, too ambitious. Instead of shrinking, he sharpens. That mentality is what defines elite fighters. He's not chasing comfort, he's chasing legacy. The challenge energizes him rather than intimidates him. There's something powerful about an athlete who feeds off skepticism. But confidence alone doesn't absorb punches. This is courage meeting consequence.
To fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You're too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big. This and that. I can hear it now, and that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic if Canelo gets through Jermell. And then you guys fight. That fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
Now we enter the realm of hard facts. Moving multiple divisions isn't symbolic, it's physical transformation. At 168, Canelo is settled, strong, and seasoned. Crawford would be climbing into unfamiliar territory. Analysts stress that weight divisions protect fighters from extreme mismatches. History rarely rewards dramatic size jumps against prime champions. Skill may travel, but mass doesn't disappear. The laws of physics don't negotiate. And that's the uncomfortable reality hovering over this fight.
Manny Pacquiao, bro.
Okay.
What's your take on Manny?
Pacquiao didn't move up 3 weight divisions at once.
Okay.
Fight a pound-for-pound fighter.
Okay, so Canelo's got it. How does Canelo get it done?
I don't know, man. It might be the boringest fight ever. It might be the best fight ever. But I will tell you this. It's not a fight I truly care about. Crawford's not really entertaining. So I don't really care about how he fights. But I will tell you like this. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a great fighter. But he's not really entertaining outside the ring. There's nothing that makes me want to be like, I can't wait to see the next Terence Crawford fight.
The discussion widens as some question the fight's true appeal. Is this greatness or just spectacle? Crawford's brilliance is respected, yet some argue he lacks the flash that sells drama. That creates a strange dynamic, an elite fighter doubted not for talent, but for excitement. Still, greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's surgical. The entertainment debate adds pressure to an already risky proposal. It becomes legacy versus marketability.
Canelo said that because when Canelo fought me, he was in his prime. And when I fought, I was an old man. So I wasn't in my prime when I fought Canelo. I was an old man when I fought Canelo. Just like this right here, young guy, even though I'm old, I got a lot of experience. I'm gonna go out there and just show him that this is the elite level and it's something totally different.
Mayweather's reflection brings historical weight. He faced Canelo when the Mexican star was still growing. Today's Canelo is stronger, smarter, and far more composed. Floyd's subtle warning isn't fear, it's acknowledgement of evolution. Champions mature, and Canelo matured into a powerhouse. That transformation matters. Crawford wouldn't face potential, he'd face refinement. Experience amplifies danger.
Actually, this Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Mike Tyson strips it down to instinct. He doesn't need statistics or breakdowns. He simply says it's not a good idea. That blunt honesty hits harder than analysis. Tyson implies Crawford has nothing to prove at this risk level. When a former heavyweight icon senses danger, you listen. It reframes the fight as optional peril. Greatness doesn't always require gambling everything.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo if Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight. But I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are they gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But you know, I see that weight class. You know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Benavidez shifts attention to motive. Canelo is the ultimate payday in modern boxing. Everyone wants that opportunity. But ambition must align with fairness. Benavidez respects Crawford deeply, yet worries about imbalance. The subtext is clear: money can cloud judgment. Greatness pursued recklessly can backfire. Opportunity and equity must coexist.
The beast, man. Canelo's the beast, and you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career then as well. So, whoever I was gonna fight, I was gonna give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing, every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well, and he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another, but no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says don't live levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other this year.
Benavidez shifts attention to motive. Canelo is the ultimate payday in modern boxing. Everyone wants that opportunity. But ambition must align with fairness. Benavidez respects Crawford deeply, yet worries about imbalance. The subtext is clear: money can cloud judgment. Greatness. Amir Khan speaks from lived experience. He stepped into that ring and felt the consequences. He admits the money tempted him, but the power humbled him. That honesty carries weight. Size isn't theoretical when you're absorbing punches. Khan's caution feels personal, not promotional. He understands how ambition can collide with reality. Lessons learned in the ring echo loudly. Pursued recklessly can backfire. Opportunity and equity must coexist.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford.
Yeah.
Got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Pay the bill. That's why Canelo feels with it.
The power narrative intensifies here. Observers describe Canelo's punches as heavy, thudding, damaging. Not flashy, destructive. Even partially loaded shots sound dangerous. That detail matters. Crawford's durability becomes the focal point. Can skill offset impact? Every great smaller fighter eventually faces this test. Power doesn't need volume, it needs precision.
Guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks?
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him go, hey, boom. Bro, he hits so hard.
Stephen A. Smith injects drama with vivid analogy. He paints the matchup as a script that ends poorly for the smaller man. Beneath the theatrics lies genuine concern. The weight gap feels unsafe in his eyes. Emotion aside, he sees a physical mismatch. Sometimes courage isn't enough. Sometimes discretion is survival.
I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes and 21 pounds to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Julio Cesar Chavez speaks with veteran certainty. He respects Crawford but predicts a knockout scenario. Experience shapes that perspective. Chavez has seen size disparities play out brutally. His tone isn't hostile, it's matter-of-fact. The ring has its own hierarchy. Strength at 168 carries authority. That authority can overwhelm brilliance.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Garcia adds balance to the conversation. He praises Crawford's intelligence and talent. Yet he circles back to size. Over 12 rounds, weight can become a slow pressure. It's not always one punch, it's accumulation. The bigger frame leans, presses, drains. Skill shines early, mass lingers late.
Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo's just too big for Crawford. I mean, he's a man. Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter. Got to give credit when it's due. He's an amazing fighter. He's very talented, and he'll for sure give Canelo a fight. And Canelo knows that. But I feel like Canelo will use, his experience, his weight, and how big he is, and I think he'll overpower Terence Crawford like in the later rounds.
Eddie Hearn calls it a freak fight, and that phrase resonates. He questions whether the leap is one division too many. Crawford would need movement, discipline, and near perfection. Standing still would be disastrous. The promoter sees spectacle but also imbalance. Excitement doesn't erase risk.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
one weight
but
class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35.
Mm.
35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many.
Mm.
And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Joel Diaz breaks it down technically. Canelo absorbed Golovkin's bombs without folding. That chin is proven at elite levels. Diaz doubts Crawford can mirror that resilience at 168. If one fighter can take punishment and the other can't, strategy shifts instantly. Durability becomes destiny.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
A lot.
Okay, Madrimov is a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
De La Hoya invokes boxing's old truth: a good big man often beats a good little man. He labels the fight a money grab, yet hesitates to dismiss Crawford completely. That contradiction captures boxing's unpredictability. Logic favors size. Hope favors skill. The tension lives between those poles.
Who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar, being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it. Yeah. But Crawford doesn't rely on his power, he relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement, right? His footwork is a little too heavy. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime, and so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with Crawford.
Okay, you have it, Oscar De La Hoya talking about.
Dan Rafael provides nuance. He believes Crawford seeks greatness, not just a check. That intention matters. But he returns to the same haunting question: can Crawford hurt Canelo? Without threat, dominance is impossible. Strategy must include damage. Otherwise, it's survival, not victory.
Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hype about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was like, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes. Do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think really.
Teddy Atlas flips the script. He highlights Crawford's adaptability, ring IQ, and championship pedigree. He asks whether Canelo can handle speed, angles, and slick defense. That question reignites suspense. Maybe size isn't everything. Maybe timing disrupts power. That uncertainty keeps the debate alive. This fight sits between history and possibility. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.